We are now open to questions. I request Professor Sutapapati, Dean, School of Sustainability, to briefly discuss the essence and moderate the question and answer session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. It was almost a master class combining all the three programs. Thank you so much. May I have a big round of applause for sir? And also, our MBA students are used to quizzes, and thank you for conducting real-time live quizzes. Now, I would open the forum for questions. Students, please introduce yourselves, and you may ask in briefly and make it very clear, simple questions. Thank you. Over to you.
Good evening, sir. I'm Alan, a first year student of MBA SM batch of 25-27. My question to you is Alan Matthew. So my question to you is India has set a target for power generation from renewable energy sources to 500 gigawatt by 2030. According to you, sir, what is the biggest challenge that we will face during this energy transition from coal to solar or wind power, especially in smaller towns and villages? And how can we, these local communities be part of this change?
Second row here.
Good evening, sir. I'm Anushka Singh. I'm a first year student of MBA Urban Management and Governance, batch 25-27. Thank you so much for your valuable insights. And my question to you is that you talked about the building sustainability ratings like LEED or green. So, do you see a future where building sustainability ratings like LEED or green can be integrated into housing schemes like PMAY? And also, the property taxes or the user charges can be linked to a building's carbon footprint. Like, for example, the energy efficient buildings could be incentivized, and the ones who are inefficient ones can be disincentivized. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Neha Bhagat, and I'm a first year MBA student of Sustainability Management. And my question to you is with respect to smart cities. You talked about India's smart city mission, and we can see that it is already deploying LED streetlights. How can we integrate IoT sensors, 5G technology, similar to what Germany is implementing in their streetlights? What are the drawbacks, or what are the things that we can do in order to deploy the same?
Question from behind.
So, good afternoon, sir. My name is Aditi Vajpayee. I'm a second year student of School of Human Settlements, and my question to you is it is estimated that with 600 million Indians expected to live in cities by 2036, how can urban planning keep pace with this rapid urbanization?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Unaiza Abid, a second year MBA SM student. My question is regarding the Smart City mission again. It has concluded in the March of 2025. Could you please tell us how we have progressed, where we have failed, and how are we going to sustain the already built projects?
Good evening, sir. My name is Julius Musari. I'm a second year MBA in Sustainability Management student. Sir, my question is related to water security. Sir, under the Jal Jeevan mission, the goal is to provide clean drinking water to every household. Har ghar nal, har ghar jal. Sir, however, we can see that in today's time, there are a lot of challenges involved in it with rapid urbanization and climate change induced droughts and over exploitation of water resources due to industrialization and everything. Sir, where do you see the balance in the context of Viksit Bharat? Uh, for the large-scale industrial development with sustainable water resource management?
Professor Tathagat.
Yeah. Um, Thank you for a very interesting talk, sir. My name is Professor Tathagat Chatterjee, Professor of Urban Management and Governance, School of Human Settlements. My question is also related to the Smart Cities mission, which was had a very bold vision of setting up integrated command and control centers in all 100 cities, and it was a very big step towards digitalizing urban management. But the subsequent mission, that is the National Urban Digital Mission, has got a very low budget allocation, and several cities are having problems in running the integrated command and control center. So, what are your views about the future of digitalizing urban management?
One from this side.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Nupur Sharma, first year student of MBA Urban Management and Governance. Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. My question to you is, cities promote electrical buses, cycle lanes, and walking streets. People still prefer private cars and bikes. How can public transport be made easier and more attractive choice? Thank you.
Last question, please.
Good evening, sir. My name is Likita. I'm a student from second year MBA SM. First year student from MBA SM, sorry. So my question is, renewable energy and affordable energy is the highest performing index of our country according to SDG index. So being a professional working with, having worked with different ministries of government, what are the different challenges that are needed to be addressed so that we perform the same in other SDG goals as well?
Thank you. Yeah, over to sir. Sir, please.
Well, thanks a lot. I mean, the kind of questions which were coming up and the number of hands which were raised, that clearly show that you had a good sumptuous lunch and you are all attentive. Because normally after the lunch, I mean, some lunches are very sleepy, which makes you sleepy, and you sleep. So you are all very attentive. My hearty congratulations to all of you. You are a very good students, and I wish you all the very best. Maybe, I mean, I'm not able to take. I mean, the hands were getting raised from all sides, and both girls and boys, they were all raising hands. I'll request Kadri ji, Sudapa ji, and Vaishali ji, because they're all experts. They will be able to answer, satiate all your queries sometimes. And if they have something extra, they can discuss with me and come back. So I'm not able to take that questions in paucity of time. We'll be answering some of the questions which you have addressed right now. That may, I mean, satisfy more of the queries which might be coming from you, possibly. So let me start with the smart city, because maximum number of questions came from the smart city, then came from the transport, and then from the renewable energy. The smart city. Well, what do you understand by the smart city? Smart city is a journey. There is nothing called a smart city. It is not like if you just put this bulb and the switch, then you switch on and the bulb is on, you start giving a light, switch off and the light is off. It's nothing like this. You do this and it becomes a smart city. A smart city is a journey. And India was undertaking that journey for the first time on the instance of Honorable Prime Minister, that in fact he started when he was prior to the 2014 in his election campaign. He was talking about the smart city and we didn't know much about the smart city. We have heard about it, but we didn't know much about it. When the task was given to my ministry, I was additional secretary in the ministry. We didn't know what the smart city is. It took us 1 year. Lot of consultation from the different embassies, from different missions from abroad and various places which has become smart. Then we came with a smart city mission which was launched on 25th of June 2015. It talked about two approaches. One approach was area-based development, another approach was pan city development. I mean something which is going to impact the life of every citizen in a city and also going to impact the life of a particular area because we don't have enough funds. If we had money was not a problem, then maybe you can take the whole city. Like Bhubaneswar, I take example, Bhubaneswar was one of the cities which was taken in the very first. This is first time in the history of Indian development administration that challenge was taken as a mode for selection of the city. It was not all through till 2014, 2015 when this mission was launched, all programs were distributed to the states, distributed to the cities based on their population, based on how backward they were, or maybe various other indices, but not based on how much capable you were to implement that program. So the first thing we heard about the challenge mode, and we did with the Bloomberg, and we came out with a protocol through which we had the challenge. And Bhubaneswar, I would like to congratulate. This was one of the cities which came in the very first challenge mode. When the 10 cities were selected, this Bhubaneswar was selected. Now, has Bhubaneswar become a completely smart city? No. There was a particular area which was taken up, and there's something which is for the pan city, for the whole city. And this was decided by the people for the first time. Let me tell you, there have been so many things, and Mr. Shashank is there, participative program, and various other modes of engagement in public were there. But this was a complete public engagement where public was deciding which area we are going to take, what kind of change we are going to take, because ultimately you have to fund it. So how much you would like to aspire, what kind of thing you would like to make the city. And what is a smart? We did all these things for 1 year. We came up with a smart city mission, the whole guidelines, you can read it, available on the website, you can read it. But when it was being launched by the Honorable Prime Minister, he summed it up in just 3 words. What is a smart? To get more from less. To make it more clear, suppose you have got, say, 1,000 liters of water and you have to serve 20 people. How do you serve that water to the 20 people so that all of them feel satisfied? So, so far we have been focusing all on the infrastructure. Now the focus was on the outcome, and the outcome which will give the best satisfaction of the citizens. So now on the infrastructure, there was going to be a layer of smartness, the layer of technology, which will manage the infrastructure so well, so that optimally this particular aspect is distributed to everybody. The whole technology concept came from the smart city. And then came, this 3 words, just remember this. Like 3 words is getting more from less, anywhere. So now, for example, Professor mentioned about ICCC, Integrated Command and Control Center. It is like the brain and the nervous system of the city. It can sense through the IoT. Somebody mentioned about IoT. Everything can be. IoT is through that, it's like it is a sensor. You can sense and transmit that information that can be analyzed and you can utilize. And in your own state, the state of Odisha, I will request you when you go to Puri to visit Jagannath Ji. I'm going there tomorrow morning. When you go to Jagannath Ji, you also visit. There is a concept which was started by the Honorable Prime Minister, 24/7 water supply and drink from tap. What is 24 by water supply? 24/7 water supply means any time of the day when you open the tap, you will get the water. You will be surprised, young boys, you will be surprised that our cities had 450 liters of water per head available. Various cities, I will not name, various cities had the 450 liters water available when the prescribed is only 130 liters per head. But they were supplying water only, say, 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the evening, or 2 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the evening. So there was a cut on the water supply because the infrastructure are not able to support. Now in the city of Puri, 24/7 water is supplied. And it is not only water supplied, but it is also good enough. The quality is assured to the level that you don't need to go to the RO. You can drink from tap. Any tap you open and you can drink it. Such a good quality of water is there. And how that is possible? Through the technology. And how it has made a difference to the human life? You don't require that black tanks which are there on the top of the building. That storage tank is not required. If it is 24/7, you don't need to store it. You don't need to store in your houses big storage, water storage. You don't require. You don't require these water bottles. The plastic water bottle which is required, you can drink from tap. See how simple it has made to the life. And the biggest change it has brought is when the water consumption we prescribed from the CPHO is 130 liters per head per day. The consumption goes down to 80 liters. So the water consumption now you will be extracting much lesser water. You are going to treating much lesser water. The cost comes down. The cost of this infrastructure layer, this infrastructure which has been there, I mean, it is not so simple. Don't think that it's like you just put a switch and you have the drink from tap and 24/7. I had to work very, very hard. Work with Mati, and then I had held a conference here in the month of November 2021. I called everybody from all over the country in the city of Puri. You see, if he is able to do it, it can be done in the whole country. Every city can do it. And I'm very happy to announce that 24 cities in Odisha, because I'm sitting here in Odisha, they already have the drink from tap and the 24/7 water supply. And we made it when AMRUT 2.0 was the guidelines were being prepared. We made it incentivize this 24/7 water supply. As the Chief Secretary of Uttar Pradesh, I made sure that Ayodhya, which is the city of Sri Ram, the Prabhu Sri Ram temple, you are all aware. The Prabhu Sri Ram temple there, Ayodhya, we said 100% the whole city will have 24/7 and drink from tap. We already sanctioned, the work is going on. It is very soon. Ayodhya will become 24/7 and drink from tap city. We also had in Uttar Pradesh, we call Keval cities. Kanpur, Allahabad, Varanasi, Lucknow and all, Agra. All these cities, the Keval cities, they will all be 24/7 water. This is all done. One-time expenditure is more than 10 to 15%. This is the learning from the smart city. Learning from the smart cities, the roads. You find the road is constructed and you complain the next day it is dug for something to go. We have we created a vent through which this can go, all kinds of facilities can go. So there is a learning from smart road, smart water, smart sewer system, smart drainage system, smart energy system, smart education system. You are aware how this education thing, I mean, came the COVID and everybody started getting education through online. All these things we started in smart city. Now the question is, smart city mission is over. On 31st of March 2025. We have spent something like 1.7 lakh crore on this scheme. The citizens' life, the many things. I mean, you could see this smart city mission. I mean, we had this Mahakumbh in 2025 January in Prayagraj. Most of things were being controlled through the ICCC. But will these gains just wither away like this? No. It should become the learning from the smart city to become a movement. And when I'm saying that another 35 crores are coming in the next 22 years, all new development should become smart. We should spend a little bit more and make sure it is all sustainable development. That is a task which the ministry is working and they need to work. The smart city, I mean, there is so much of learning from, the whole smart city. I can speak on how we did, making our food, eat smart food, have your neighborhood becomes much more smarter. How you can have the transport for all through the use of technology. This is all use of technology on the basic layer of infrastructure. Infrastructure is very essential, but that infrastructure has to be utilized in the most optimum manner. Well, about the next thing which was being asked is about our transport system. Well, about the transport system, again, the transport system, one is electrical vehicles are being introduced, metro, RRTs, those things are coming up. But most important is the urban planning. When I spoke about the transit-oriented development, why I mentioned about the transit-oriented development? As a student of the urban planning, you are aware, when the metro is being developed, or maybe BRT is being developed, or maybe fast mode of transport is being developed on any mode, there are various other things, other possibilities are there, then the settlement should be such that most of your requirements are meted out in that small area, maybe in 500 meters to 800 meters, where you can walk, you can cycle, and only for some big requirement you can take the mass rapid transit and go to the main stations. Like there is, every city has got its own core area, which is called the main business district. The main business district you need to go only once in a while, maybe a few times in the year, maximum once in a month, not more than that. Rest all your requirement, your job requirement, your work requirement, commercial, entertainment, everything should happen. School, health, everything should happen in that 800 to 1 kilometer of area. That is the transit-oriented development. The concept of the redevelopment. If you go through the concept, I mean, those who are the students of planning, the cities are becoming old and they have to sustain more and more population. How that more population is possible? It has been proved in our country. You go to Delhi and you see that it's East Kirwai Nagar. You see the various colonies which have been developed, and it is very easy to do in the government colonies. Now for the private colonies, this concept has been developed. People can get together and collaborate to make things happen so that you go for high rise and improve the quality of life. Improve the quality of life. That is possible. So the transport is not only providing a transport, making sure that transport is not needed at all, and transport is needed only occasionally. Now the question is, how do you go into the public transport? Because most of us, you find, I mean, like today when I was coming to this place, the time was increasing because of a lot of congestion on the road. Everybody has their own car. Singapore has its own solution. Singapore says that you can't buy the car. You can buy only through the auction. And in auction, you know, the car cost maybe say $6,000. But the auction price, the auction is for the premium, not on the price of the car. The premium could be maybe $10,000. So another 150 to 160% is the premium cost. So owning a car in Singapore becomes very difficult. That is not possible here in India at present. So what we can do? We can make our public transport much more comfortable, because nobody would like to travel in a car and have that psychological trauma of staying at a place or maybe not moving say by inches. So that kind of a psychological trauma will come. Or maybe inhaling a lot of fumes and gases which are, I mean, not conducive to your good health. So public transport should be made so good. You should have, and that is how these e-buses which are coming, they are low floor buses. They are much more comfortable. You feel good to sit in the bus. It's just a question of coming out of that mindset. I said the mindset is there that public transport is mostly for the poor people. No. If you go to Delhi and you go to any of the metro cities and see the kind of people who are traveling in the metro systems, all kinds of people who are in the high jobs, or maybe say the blue collar job, maybe some vendors, maybe all kinds of people are traveling in the metro system. So now if we have, only thing that supply is not enough. Our cities don't have enough number. If the city of Bhubaneswar requires 1,000 electric buses, they may be having 100 buses, 900 gap is there. It's all because of finance. Maybe we are slowly, because I have worked in the ministry for a long time, there's a big challenge. We have to come out with a model where we can have more and more these buses, electric buses or such buses, which are low floor buses, more comfortable buses. People want convenience, they want comfort, They want certainty that if I want to reach here, I should reach here in time. I was in Lucknow. Lucknow, now there's a lot of people traveling on the metro system. Why? Because there is a certainty. Otherwise, you get into the jam and you don't know when you're able to reach. So, but it's a huge challenge. It's very easier said than done. It's a huge challenge. It will take some time, but India is adopting that path. I can assure you. When the Prime Minister has said that India is going for the zero emission by 2070, slowly and slowly, I mean, people are trying hard to get into that mode. It will take some time, but it is moving much faster. That is how, you know, the number of cities in 2014, number of cities which were there on the metro system, just 5. You know how many cities are there on metro system now? 30. How many kilometers were there in metro system in 2014? 52 kilometers. How many kilometers now? I mean, 252 kilometers not operational. Total. How many kilometers are operational now? 1036. How many kilometers still under construction? 951. So this is, you see, the speed is, you see, the one mantra, the two major mantra of the government. One is the reform, perform, and transform. That you have to change. I mean, you see the kind of reforms happening in different sectors. To take nuclear energy from the private sector, it requires a lot of guts and courage, and the government has taken that decision. So a lot of reforms are taking place. Reform, perform, and transform. And second mantra is skill, speed, and scale. Skill, scale, and speed. So that means fast movement. So the number of, I mean, the way things are moving, it is moving towards that big goal which is there by 2070 mission. The challenges in the power sector. I mean, the first, I think Alan mentioned about this challenge in the power sector, especially in the rural sector. Yes, I mean, rural sector, definitely nuclear energy is not being met. But once the energy has been manufactured, it has been produced, the grid doesn't know which source it is coming from. The biggest challenge which the renewable sources are having, the grid stability. They are, I mean, there is a peak and there is a zero. Like the solar is a good sun, you have more solar energy. Good wind, more wind energy. The wind goes down, wind energy goes down. So what is the biggest challenge is how to store this energy so that you can stabilize the grid, because our requirement is not only peaks, but our requirement is how you are able to provide that energy in a stable manner. And that is why, even though we are manufacturing, say, 242 plus gigawatt of the renewable energy, the actual realization is, I mean, we are today we are producing more than 50%. You know how much is the contribution of the fossil fuel today in our consumption? 72%. Our production is, say, more than 50% of the renewable energy, but the contribution in the utilization is only, say, around 27 to 28%. Because we need battery storage. The country is investing a lot. I mean, I'm aware because I keep visiting some of the places. A lot of work is going on. Our challenge is how to manufacture such batteries and manufacture such battery with the material which is available in our country, not imported from some places where it may be stopped. We are not dependent. We don't want to be dependent. You heard about, again, I'll request you to kindly hear the speech of 15th August 2025, where the Prime Minister has spoken so intensively about country being Atmanirbhar. Once you become Atmanirbhar and once you become a self-reliant, it is a goal towards, it will help you to reach towards the goal of Viksit Bharat 2047. So this is a challenge. I mean, the nuclear energy definitely going through the grid, but for the rural area, PM Bijli Ghar, Muft Bijli Yojana, I mean, this program is getting popular. The popular of the solar energy, that is getting popular. The scheme of the Kusum, like as the Chief Secretary, I was really pushing very hard to get the Kusum, the farmers to utilize the solar energy for the purposes of the pumps. I mean, convert diesel pumps into the solar-driven pump. So a lot of action is taking on. Yet, I mean, this water. I mean, this is storage through the water. That is also there. Many technologies are coming up. Lead and Griha. Yes, it's a good question which one of you asked about the lead and Griha. I think Anushka asked this question. How to make this more popular? Already lead and Griha ratings are being utilized by big buildings. There's a corporate building. You know, the parliament is 5-star rated. The new parliament building, I was blessed with by the God, I got that opportunity to work on that and we made it 5-star. New parliament is a 5-star building. So many corporates, many big buildings today, the new building which has come up, Kartavya Bhavan, that's also star rated. So this is a mandate, big buildings are coming up, but definitely not the smaller buildings or the individual buildings which people are getting this rating, because it requires a lot of efforts. As you make things ease of doing business, as you make things much simpler, that's what I used to talk to you, maybe Kadri may be knowing. The institutions which do this lead and the Griha rating, if you make things simpler, adoption will be much more. Adoption is going to be much more. So lead and Griha rating, it is coming up, but it will take some time to become more popular for individuals to accept that. I think I have tried to answer all your questions. One question, the last question which is left is 600 million people. Yes, it is not by 2026. The projections are 600 million people. Today is around 53 to 54 crores. Like then 530 to 540 million is the population today. By 2030, it is going to be 600 million. So what is that we are doing for the urban planning? Urban planning is a very weak area. Government of India instituted a committee to recommend on the urban planning. The recommendations were there, but still not been accepted. I'm not aware what is happening to that. But this is one area which requires by the central government and the state government a big focus. Because if you do a good planning, you can utilize this, because land is so precious. Land in the urban area is still so precious. You don't want to capture the land from the rural area. Even if you want rural population dependent on the farms to migrate to the urban, because you want to improve the productivity. You want more and more people to be skilled and utilized for the manufacturing and services and not be in the agriculture, because agriculture is again getting mechanized. There's more and more technology, as I mentioned about the precision farming, more and more technology going to the agriculture. But at the same time, we don't want to capture the land because we have to feed so many countries, and India has got such a good land. So our focus should be on the urban planning. And urban planning which will make, whether it is the sanitation, whether it is water, whether it is the other transport, all these things can be integrated and very beautifully integrated, so that to provide people a good quality of life, produce much lesser carbon emissions, and provide people a good, healthy and sustainable life. So I think I have tried to answer all of it. Whatever is left out, I think I'll request the three ladies to work on it. It was so nice. In fact, I was very happy to see the kind of enthusiasm all of you have. So I wish you all the very best. You are the young leaders. You are the one who are going to make India become Viksit Bharat by 2040. You are the one who are going to reap the benefits of India becoming Viksit Bharat. Not only you will make it Viksit Bharat, but you are going to reap the benefits of India becoming Viksit Bharat. Let me tell you, as a young officer, when I was going to the different countries, every time I went to any country outside, I felt like, why can't this be India? In fact, many things in my responsibilities, I try to bring, say, many things which I could see outside, and it should happen in India, and it has happened in India. So if you can have that kind of commitment, I think we are so powerful. We are so powerful. Our country is with the thousands years of the civilization, the thousands years of so many things. Our mind is ready to take that, but you have to understand the Panch Prana. You have to shed the colonial mindset and take the pride of our own heritage and take a vow that will develop inclusive, Atmanirbhar and Viksit Bharat as our responsibility. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.